Hey, I'm definitely super excited. We're gonna have somebody from the music industry, Kia Shine, who's kind of like all in the kind of like personal health, black men's health, as well as kind of like the music part of it, and kind of he's been in a healthy relationship for a lot of years, so he's gonna be able to come on and tell us a lot about like his progression in the music industry. He's worked with like hit makers, everybody from Juvenile, Luda, Young Gotti. Also, he's an actor as well. But if anybody that follows his page, you'll see he's really into like a lot of the things that the brand is really kind of like all about as well. Things about like kind of like being natural. You know, he's definitely black and unapologetic. He's about his health, black family relationships, and we're gonna have a real cool conversation. So anybody that has any questions, either for me or for him, kind of as it comes up, definitely post them. You know, we're gonna be really excited about this. It's gonna be a real cool. It's gonna be a real cool convo. So once he comes up, we'll definitely make sure to kind of put it all together. So we're just waiting on him right now. How you doing, Slater? Edwin, Randy, Teddy. Oh, Kinfolk. All right, here you go. Um, so hold on. Get ready to pull him in. All right, there we go. What's poppin', Xavier?
What up? What up?
Hey,
What
what's
up?
going on, man?
Hey, I was popping. What's going on? How's everybody doing right now on this TGIF Friday? What's up? What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah. You know, everybody's trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, you got to. You don't get but one today.
Nah, yeah,
That's it. You know,
yeah,
May 1st, 2020. You don't get but one May 1st, 2020. This is it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you
Done.
look at it like that, when you look at it like that, you better make the most of it.
Yeah, man. Every day is your last day of that day.
See, of that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then God's grace and mercies are refreshed and they new every morning. You know what I'm saying? That you get blessed to be able to see them. So you blessed by the best. You did?
That
Yeah.
1,000%, man.
Yeah.
So how are things down in Memphis?
Well,
How is
things are
Memphis
great.
with the quarantine and stuff?
Memphis is moving around. Memphis is not slowing down. Memphis is moving around. Of course, there's no clubs or whatever going on, but
Yeah, yeah,
as far as like, the streets are still moving and grooving.
yeah, yeah.
Essentially everybody doing what needs to be done. So, but right now I'm in my Atlanta house, man. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
hey,
I'm in A. You know what I'm saying?
hey.
I'm in A. You know what I mean? My children and my wife, you know what I'm saying? We live here in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Memphis is more of the hustle city for us, you know what I'm saying? It's a hometown, you know what I mean? But like, we hustle in Atlanta though too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We
yeah.
here.
Nah, I'm all about Atlanta, man. Like Atlanta, like and I don't know if you know, but we're actually moving our headquarters from New York
Okay.
down to Atlanta. So we're
Okay, yeah.
all set up in the A. Come like, oh, we were supposed to already be set up there, but we already got the location. This Corona just kind of slowed things down. But definitely by like June, July, we're gonna be up and running in the A. So
Well man,
definitely
listen,
when we're local, we definitely got to link
yeah,
up.
we've got to put it together to make it better. I mean, that's why I've been out in Atlanta since 2005. You know, I've been out here for a long time. So, it's such a great place to be able to network to increase your network. You know what I mean? Such a great place to be able to, to just, there's so many plugs and so much activity going on. So many energies out here that's going on. It's the right energies. So
Yeah,
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love Atlanta, man. Atlanta definitely, man. A lot like like here's the thing. When I'm Memphis is to the heart, it's M town.
hmm,
But when you reach a certain plateau in your city, right?
yeah,
You've got to expand it. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So for me, it was like after coming out with the whole Yo Gotti situation,
hmm,
starting my own label, Rap Hustler, and doing that, it was time for me to be able to spread my wings when I broke my own single and got my thing going and got my deal. But I wanted to make sure that now that I had a national deal, I wanted to make sure that like, okay, I need to work this thing from Atlanta. I'd already got Memphis. My flag was already up there. Let me put my flag up in Atlanta while I'm trending, while I'm popping, while I got a deal, while So Crispy is killing it right now, while my wave is working, so I can make all these relationships in Atlanta
Got it.
that I didn't have in Memphis.
Got it.
So that when the music slowed down, I would have relationships in this city and have a flag up in Atlanta as well.
Got it. So for a lot of people that may not kind of like know your whole background, like, you know, platinum producer, you've done hits with like everybody from like Luda, Yo Gotti, like
Great.
a lot of different people, right? You
Yeah.
also play your role in acting. Why don't you give a little people a little bit more context that may not know you outside of kind of like the health part, or like that may not know kind of like the full scope of what you do.
No doubt, no doubt. You know, I feel as though I am a first and foremost, I'm a producer, you know what I mean, of music, you know what I mean, of all things music. Yes. I used to manage and co-produce. Well, I used to sell records, sell beats for Drummer Boy out of Memphis, right? So it started there. And been doing that and getting a publishing deal and having a song deal with Rough Riders back in 2001, 2002.
Wow.
Then I was able to get my bag up to start my own indie label in Memphis, which was called Rap Hustle. Rap Hustle signed Skinny Pimp, Yo Gotti, Gangsta Black, Lil Chad. We put out projects on all of these albums, all these artists that are from Memphis. Wow. In that time, I also was I produced all these albums that I put out on my label. You know what I mean? Yo Gotti's first album, Life. We distributed that through TVT. TVT, I had my distribution deal with. So back in 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, I'm putting out records distributed by TVT out of New York, Steve Gottlieb. That's what I'm doing with my label. And Yo Gotti was one of my acts that I put out through that distribution. You know what I'm saying? This is all before Kia Shine as a solo artist got my deal with Sylvia Rome on Universal Motown, did my So Crispy thing, and had the Do Season album. That music was like swag music. It was like the drip culture that's going on today. I was doing the whole So Crispy, Respect My Fresh, talking about the frames and the clothes and that whole thing. That was my whole like MO, you know what I mean? And from there, that parlayed into, you know, I still was like selling beats and still writing songs and placing records, even while I had my own solo thing going on. And I ended up locking in with who I locked in with. I locked in with Wayne on some records, and those records with Wayne that I produced ended up being the best I ever had. Record for Drake, you know what I'm saying?
So really quick, like I just want to mention that if anybody has any questions along the way, people plug in, they don't plug in, like make sure to definitely post your questions. This will be kind of like their opportunity to kind of be able to shoot and
talk,
questions,
interact,
be able to get some answers as well. So one of the things that like you were really kind of like one of the foundation blocks and kind of like putting Memphis on in a lot of the ways that like, you know, people that hear about like in New Orleans, you had like P and you had the other four, and you had like Juice and all of them. And Atlanta had like Outkast or whatever. Like, what would you recommend, I guess, on two parts for like somebody kind of like young and kind of coming up right now that may be in like a Memphis, they may be in a Birmingham, they may be in a Jacksonville, right? That's kind of like looking to kind of grow and then scale. What would you recommend from them? And then also kind of on your motivational part, what tools do you think that somebody should definitely have or maintain in order to be able to keep that fire and be able to make that next move and have that growth that you've been able to have?
I think first and foremost, you have to identify with what the gift or what the talent that God has given you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we all clever, but on different levels. We all are. So there's identifying the thing that God is telling you need to be doing. And for me in my life, it's been about what God telling me to do in this season. In certain seasons in my life, it may be, okay, ghostwriting and doing the Drake thing. Certain seasons, it was about me being an artist and getting my own deal. Certain seasons, it was about putting out Yo Gotti. You see what I'm saying? And doing that. It just depends. In certain seasons, it was about playing in the movie, in the role of Superfly. You know what I mean? Depending on what God has before me and what level he directed my path to. That's what I believe. I believe is making sure you're in touch with what you're supposed to be doing. You're walking in your purpose. You know your purpose. You got to make sure you identify with who you are and what your purpose is on this earth. You know what I mean? And when you identify with that, you're able to kind of walk in that wheelhouse and be kind of directed. You know what I'm saying? You kind of you're being navigated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? But I feel like that.
So like it's interesting, right? Because kind of like for me in the brand, there were always some things that were like always important, right? Like I always
Yeah,
wanted to make sure like, we represented the culture in a good way. I always
yeah,
wanted to make sure that, like we had our level of ownership of a representation and that type of thing,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
one of the things that I see from you is that like at least from like an outside kind of like looking in, certain things were always consistent. Like you always kind of like had that vision, but then also like you exude that energy that that your music also reflects, right? Is that something that
yeah.
you always had, or like was that part of your journey as well, kind of figuring out like what that voice is?
I think you find your voice. I think you find it, through, some people call L's, they're not losses, they're lessons. And there's a lot of lessons and blessings. My book is called Lessons and Blessings. All
Right.
right. Lessons and blessings is what it is, because either going to be a lesson or it's going to be a blessing. On your way, on your grind, when you're taking steps towards your grind, one or two things going to happen. It's going to be a lesson or a blessing. You're going to learn something. You know what I mean? You may buy a lesson. You may lose some money. You may buy a lesson. You may learn something about what you spent. You see what I'm saying? By doing these things, you start to learn what not to do. You learn how to move. You learn what not to do and what works and what doesn't work for your grind. And when you apply, then it's about the application for your situation. You've got to learn. You be a quick sturdy. You got to learn so you can earn. All right. So when you learn, all right, then you have to apply. You have to apply the thing that you learn immediately and repeatedly on your situation. Like as soon as you learn, oh, I can't do that. Okay, let me apply that. Oh, if I have to learn, okay, cool. When I was in this meeting one time with Dino Del Valle, who signed Cash Money, I was there in New York to meet with him to try to sell my brother's group to him.
Okay.
They didn't like the group. So then I started playing some beats from this producer that I happen to know, and I was finna rap because I felt like the dude felt my swag.
Yeah, yeah.
Before I can get a bar out, he said, man, what's up with the beat? He said, what's up with the beat? I want to buy the beat. I had never even bought beats. I used to get beats from all the young niggas that so anyway, I ended up selling the beat.
Wow.
I sold the beat for 5,000.
Wow.
The producer was Drummer Boy. That's who the beat it was.
Wow. Wow.
It's my little young nigga. I went back to Memphis and got all his beats and started selling beats in New York. But because yeah, I had a label and yeah, I was trying to get my brother's group on, but I wasn't so stuck in my mind on what I thought I supposed to be doing and the way I surrendered to what God said. Okay, you might be up here trying to push your brother's group, but this man wants to buy some beats. So my hustle had come on. I better sell beats. I got to do what's working in the season that's working. So for me, in my grind, which ain't necessarily got to be like anybody else who's watching this right now, but for me, it was about recognizing the strengths that had to be used in the season that I was in, so I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That to me has always been key. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, somebody mentioned, listen to what's coming to you. Yes.
And I definitely got a follow-up question for that. But before I do, somebody had actually posted a question and they were like, why are we signing and championing these new age anxiety-stricken and fame-faring artists?
I don't consider myself championing.
Have you ever worked with K. Michelle?
All right. First of all, did work on a record with K. Michelle, but it didn't get released though. But K. Michelle's the homie. You know what I'm saying? I mess with K. Michelle, real girl, off the rip. When I was doing this record that got me my deal, Respect My Fresh, she was in the same studio. When I was putting the thing down, she was there. So ain't too many Memphis artists that I have not worked with at some point in time. And a lot of times what I do with these Memphis artists too is connect dots for shows or for booking. Or, I have a whole business called Connect the Dots, where I'm like the navigation for your situation. So a lot of artists that's coming up after me in Memphis, they have used my relationships and my networks, you know what I mean, or my plugs, you know what I mean, to be able to get further. And I've been able to make some bread with a lot of the young ones that's coming up. You know what I mean? I don't really hate on nobody's music because everybody's music might not be for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like my music at the time, it may be some people that didn't like my whole swag music, rapping about clothes and drip and all that. They may not have dug that. Yeah. It's like this, man. Opinion is like a debit card, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody got an opinion, right? But just like everybody got a debit card, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? They all not worth the same. Some debit cards got no money in it. Some got a lot of money in it. So you got an opinion, you know what I mean? You can have your opinion, but everybody's opinion ain't worth the same, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, a million people love you, a million people hate you, just depending on who you ask that day. You know, if you can go to a Jay-Z song and they have 1 million likes, there's still gonna be some people who don't like it. You can go to a Beyonce song on YouTube. It can have 1 billion likes. Still people don't like it. It just depends on your perspective. What are you gonna focus on? How are you focused? Are you focused on the people who don't like it, or you gotta mess with who mess with you? You know what I mean? And for me, that's what I've always been able to do. I just mess with who mess with me.
Yeah.
And me, guess what? It's God in my grind. And me and God is the majority. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna win every time. You know what I'm saying? Really,
so I definitely get that. And before we go on to like some of the next questions, I want to bring it back, you know. So from like a condom company perspective, right? Like you're somebody that has kind of been open and active about like being in a long-term relationship, right? Like married, like yo, y'all have literally rocked out good, bad, and the ugly, I'm sure, just because of the amount of time, right?
Damn right.
Like what do you I guess what's your advice for like black men kind of like because you probably got like the idol, right? Like you're like, yo, everybody got that couple of boys, you're like, yo, my man gonna find a good one. He good for life, yo, right? Like what's your perspective on like maintaining like a healthy black relationship, right? And like what's that like from the male perspective, especially somebody that's in the music industry? So I'm sure you get thrown a lot of things here and there, and then you got kids. Like what's that like?
All right, so look, this is the truth right here, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so if you're not growing, you are dying. Okay? So if you're not growing together, then man, somebody's dying. You know what I mean? All right. So you got to be honest. You got to be so honest with your other half, bro. You got to be honest. See, that's what a lot of dudes lose in the fact that you end up lying, and you present some kind of false sense of yourself. You got to like really be honest. So all right, check this out. Explain to me why a dude be so real with his partner, but then now you be super real with your partner, but then you lie to your woman you lay with.
God,
you lie to the woman that's with you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, homie, I can't. If to me, if me and you can do some business, right? And I see that you the kind of dude that ain't faithful to your wife, and you done devoted. You got a wife now. You got this ring on. You got a wife. And you ain't faithful to her, man, what make me think you gonna be faithful to your word in the business that we gonna do? I'm sorry, I gotta look at dudes like that. Like now if you a player, and that's what you doing, and you ain't got no wife, then that's on you. But if you saying you got a wife, a real true wife that God bless you with, right? And a family, and you cheating on them. Oh man, you probably gonna, you know what I mean? I ain't saying you gonna, but you probably gonna cheat in the business. You know what I'm saying? It just shows your character. You know what I mean? And like my character, I speak with my actions. You know, my wife is my good thing. That's my blessing. That's my earth. That's my thing.
Now, since y'all have been together for a while, did you know it?
We've been together 18 years.
Yeah, like that. That's real. Like 18 years ago.
Our relationship is old enough to vote.
now, because like you're like, yo, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? Like, so has the relationship also gone through like different levels? Like that way, or like during like the early years, was it like you kind of had to?
Early years where I'm lying. I'm experiencing the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing things that's like, man, that's like that I could do really, really with my wife.
Yeah.
But I'm not being real. I'm not being true.
Yeah. I'm
not being real to the realest person that God has blessed me with when I didn't have a thing.
Yeah.
When I didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
And I had to regroup on the music. When TVT didn't pay me for the records that I put out on Yo Gotti Life album that I put out. and they owed me like a $500,000, and
Wow.
I got broke, and I had to move with my wife in Seattle. We was staying at her mom's crib next to her crib, and she was right there.
Wow.
Man, I came up with respect my friend. I came up with respect my friend. I was in Seattle. My wife said that while we was on the blow up mattresses in her mom's crib. It's like these people, they believed in me. You know what I'm saying? And they saw it. And I told them I was gonna pay them back if they let me borrow, and I did that. And it's like, man, we just been through a whole lot of it. So when you go through it like that, you gotta go. Like, you just gotta know, bro. You gotta know, like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you get somebody that's real with you, bro, it's such a blessing. So you respect it so much. You be thankful for it so much, bro. Because it's like you be needing that help as a man. Bro. You be needing that, bro. You need it. You know what I mean? It's just like you and then like a female version of you. Yeah. And then y'all like connect like this, and y'all make this 1 + 1 is 3, and then y'all develop these kids and this whole life, and then you see like, man, look, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, okay, somebody just asked, why get married in lieu of having a long time girlfriend? I'm gonna tell you why. Man, listen, if it's real, why not go to God about it? Why not go if it's real, why not go to God and say, you know what, man? This is what you blessed me with, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna make a vow before you. I'm gonna make a vow that I'm going to do the right thing, that I'm going to take care of this blessing that you gave me. You know what I mean? Like, if it's real, but it's like if it ain't real, and he don't want to put no ring on it, and he don't want to like make you an honest woman, I don't know. It's like, man, is it really real?
Now as like parents, right? Like, how do you pass them lessons down to your kids, right? Like,
hold on, somebody said God don't marry people. No, it ain't that God married people though, but it's about that, like, bro, like you're creating a union. You know what I'm saying? You're creating a union. You know what I mean? And like,
real quick before you finish your question, I just want to let anybody know, if y'all have questions, definitely post them. This is a question and answer session. You know, we gotta have an open.
Yeah. Because somebody said God don't marry people. I'm not saying he marry people, but he bless the unions though. Yeah. That's what he do. He blessed it. You got your own free will of who you want to marry, what you want to do. God gave you free will. He also gave you 5 senses. You know what I'm saying? But he blessed a married man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, God got favor on a married man. And if you married, then you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? You get that, you get you a real one when you find a true wife. But she got to be a true wife. She can't just be a new wife. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now somebody else then posted this question. When did you realize your wife was the one for you?
Man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I realized it. Okay, true story. You want to hear a story?
Yeah,
I'm good with the story. I'm good with the stories. So I'm on the way to TVT to meet with them about doing this distribution deal.
Okay.
All right. I pull up. We in an Escalade on 23s. We in Manhattan.
Okay.
My man driving the Escalade, he hit me on my shoulder, said, look, I'm going over my notes for the meeting in my BlackBerry. I look up. It's my wife walking with this other girl. I saw this as soon as I seen her. I was like, whoa. I told her in New York to stop walking. You know how hard it is to get somebody to stop walking in New York. She stopped walking for me in New York. I hopped out there Escalade. I pulled up immediately. And listen, when I saw it, and we supposed to get up that night, she had a party or something she was going to, and she ended up not going, but her friend was there. Her little friend really was trying to get at me. You know what I mean? She lured me to the party thinking that my wife was going to be there, but she wasn't there. Okay. So I'm calling my wife, like, where you at? You ain't up here? She like, who are you? What you going? Who you calling me going off or whatever? Like, I just knew she was my wife, right? Next day, she hang the phone up, right? Next day, she called me. I'm on the way to Universal Records, because I've been selling beats up there. So I'm up there. She called me, she said, where you at? I said, I'm at Universal. She said, I'm where? Give me the address. He pull up to Universal. This is the second day after we met now. We had a number of arguments on the phone because she thought, since I met her, I thought she was going to be somewhere she wasn't.
Yeah.
When she pulled up to that day at Universal, we've been together ever since that day.
That's legit how
That-
y'all met.
That's legit. We met in New York. Our first date was at Olive Garden at Times Square. Yep.
Wow.
I knew right then. And look, God was good dope with his timing because that was the worst deal I ever signed. Man, I lost everything. I was doing good when I first met her.
Yeah.
But she stayed with me though. You know what I'm saying? She stayed with me.
Hi.
That's my son Jordy, man. Say what up, Jordy.
How you doing? What up?
Indeed.
Wow, that's deep right there. So hold on.
Yeah.
Now at that time, were you still living in the South? And then she had like
Yeah, I was still living in Memphis. I was living in Memphis. Yep, I was living in Memphis still.
And y'all
Yep, I
long distance, and then y'all just kind of like took it from
be
there.
a long distance, and then when TVC stopped, when they cut them checks, and I got broke, hey, I couldn't afford to keep going back to LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she was living in LA.
Oh God.
She just happened to be in New York, and I was living in Memphis, and we did a long distance thing for like 6 months, and then she moved to Memphis in November of 2002.
Wow.
And yeah, she been with me forever, man. Seriously, man. She been with me like, listen. That's what I said. If you turn on that Yo Gotti album, the first song you hear on that Life album, the first voice you hear is my wife. She's like, Gotti. Like, it's just crazy, man, how life turned out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Babe, you can bring me something to drink.
So hold on, yeah, you done got a lot of questions from there.
Oh yeah. Let's get the questions going for sure.
All right. Hold on, we got a follow up.
All right. Well, I see it. What's the number one advice you give a single woman today to wish to get married? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, wait. Don't settle. Single women do not settle. That's what I want to say on this live today.
They gonna
Listen to me.
like Steve Harvey.
Single women don't settle. Wait for the one. Wait, don't settle for no substitutes, no preservatives, no additives. Go for the one. I'm telling you, man. You know when it's the one. You know, women, y'all know whether y'all want to be with us from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Yeah, somebody said close your legs. Exactly. Listen, close your legs until the right one opens.
Hold on, and we got one of my homegirls. She made a comment. She was like, "You got lucky. If the first conversation is a fight and the guy sounds possessive, many women would walk away."
Yeah. Well, see, I listen. Possessive. I was tricked, man. She said she was gonna be at this place. She told me I was got a new outfit and everything, man. I had a right to be upset. It's not that I was upset. It's not that I was possessive, but I knew she was mine, and she knew it too. You know what I mean? Like it's an out of body experience. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself talking to her for the first time, like I see it.
Yeah, like you already saw it. Like you already knew.
Yeah. Like I see it like that. Like it's like, man, it's an incredible thing, man. It truly is, bro. Like seriously, like the fact that I'm sitting there talking to you about this, right? And this was like 18 years, bro. The fact that I made a living off of some music and all these things, the roller coaster ride that I've been on, the fact that I can sit here, it's like, bro, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, bro. It really is.
That's so dope. Hold on. Now, got another question.
Word. How do you guys keep things fresh in your marriage? We have date nights. Date nights. We do date nights. Man.
With the kids or without the kids?
Without the kids. Hell no, it can't be a date night with the kids. That's a work night. Do you know, listen, I know that Cozy right now is going to be responsible for a lot of divorces. Because like some dudes really can't stand being in the house with their wife and all, you know what I mean? The family, they be going to find, other ways. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I do not cheat on my wife. I'm not doing it. It's like cheating on my family, on my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. I'm gonna show her that it could be a real nigga. A nigga could be real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna show her that she gonna know that. No, my daddy wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like every man cheat. No, my daddy was real. But like what we do date night. We got to get our time by ourselves. We got to get on our own vibe. We got to get by ourselves. Sometimes she has to be my wife and not the mother. You know what I'm saying? And being able to change the roles. You know what I mean? So Keeping it fresh is also about keeping it honest. I'm telling you, if you tell your significant other like what you really be feeling and what you like, who's listening to some motivation. Me and my wife, we get to probably listen to motivational stuff, right? When we arrive. One particular motivational speaker, my wife, she was like, I'm tired of listening to this. This was good food for this season, but I want to listen to something else. And I said, okay, well, cool. Check this out, because I've checked this person out because they've been really good, you know what I mean? And I got something from this. So I turned it on for her, and she was like, oh, this is dope. All right. I had to listen to what she was saying for me to change the momentum. And this is just a motivational car ride or whatever, but I'm saying like it's still like you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen to what your mate is telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like you do gotta listen, man. So it's hard. And I know it, man. It's hard.
Let me
listen.
One question, right? Because we had a conversation earlier this week, right? And,
yeah.
It was with the separate person, like, and it was a female perspective, and she told me one of the things that she does in her relationship, right? Like and it was with Hood Rat Feminist, that's her name. Like, she's really big on like feminism, black women's issues, sexuality, that whole type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, when I first got with my man, she's like, I actually had to realize I had to give him a list of like, this is what I like and this is what I don't like, right? He was like, one thing that she didn't know or that she had learned along the way was like, yo, a lot of these guys just can't be reading minds, right? Like, yo, we don't know sometimes if you're trying to say something, but you may not necessarily mean it, right? So, you know, like anything else, you know, if you give somebody kind of like what that list is, they can then work around it, right? Because then if you're doing it, it's because
it may change up. And that list may change up, just like your musical playlist may change up. You know what I'm saying? Like it is, man. Marriage is work. Marriage, a successful marriage, is just like anything else is successful. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes a lot of efforts. It takes, you know, some nights you're gonna fail. This is not gonna be. I wasn't the best husband today. I failed. I'll start over again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same. You ain't gonna be but you gotta be honest about it though. Like, you know what I'm saying, and like keep everybody on the same accord. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, it's just being honest, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you ain't feeling the situation, just be honest. But don't get married just to be married. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get married just to be, oh, girl, I got a ring. I'm married. Oh, I'm married now. But man, listen, it's like grand opening, grand closing. Straight up.
We got another question.
All right.
Different questions getting posted. How has your sex life grown as a married couple?
The sex life is, we've got 4 kids. You know, we've been busy.
Well, what's the oldest versus the youngest?
We got, our oldest is 11. Our youngest is 1.5 years. You know what I'm saying? But we do got, you know, I do have a older child. We got bonus kids. We got a bonus son and a bonus daughter. You know what I'm saying? Previous to our marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but like, yeah, like, I think that's another thing too. Like, if you can still like your wife and still like get it, you know, really want your wife, your significant other, like still like them. That's the thing. Do you still like the person that you with? Because if you don't like them, bro, it ain't gonna go right. You gotta like still like, you know how when you first meet your significant other, you know what I mean? Because I know it's a rainbow folks watch too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you have excitement. You just gotta like, if it's real, that excitement gonna keep building. It's gonna just be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when just as long as there's some fluid in the light, it's gonna light. If you hit it, you know what I mean? But you just gotta sometimes you gotta just like, it take a moment to get there though. To get to that place. You gotta do the stuff, you gotta do the things that you gotta do to get to that sweet spot to where you know, sometimes it take longer. Sometimes when you got, you know, kids and all that. Yeah.
So like back to kind of like the condom side of things, right? So like as a father that has like, you know, kids that are now going to be entering into puberty, and then, you know, what kind of like comes next, right? I guess what learning lessons would you then recommend towards them as they begin to kind of learn about their own sexuality at like, and how do they really begin to approach that in like a world where a lot of these types of things are taboo?
Man, can you bring me something to drink, please? Thank you. Hey, look. First of all, it's scary. It's scary when you a man, bro, And I got 4 sons.
Okay.
You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So what if one of them come to me and say, you know, their sexuality is another,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
may,
Yeah. Yeah.
that that's the reality of the world we live in.
Yeah.
So, I think my wife, she helps me out a lot with accepting and being able to, like, understand, because I'm from the streets of Memphis,
Yeah.
North Memphis,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
I get it.
I just, you know what I mean? So I was raised a certain way,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've always been kind of a forward thinker.
Yeah.
So I like understand, you know what I mean? So I just think, like, all I can do is be honest with my kids,
Yeah.
and they got to be honest with themselves about what they feel about themselves. They got their own life. They got to feel that I see my little Jackson. I look at him, man. He got a head full of locks. He's locked down to his back.
Mm-hmm.
He's a star, and he's just a handsome young man. And I look at him, and I don't want him to make the same mistakes I did. So I just try to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, man. I just be honest, man. I just be being honest, man. You
So
know what I'm
like
saying?
from like a father kind of like son, like black dad, black son, like at what
Yeah,
do you begin kind of like addressing them issue? Because like I'll tell you, like I'm from like the city called Brockton, right? Basically all black, but it's in Massachusetts, right?
yeah.
And then yeah,
What part?
Brockton,
Brockton?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ever
Yeah,
if you ever met a Cape Verdean chick or anything like that, they're all from my hometown. But
yeah, yeah,
like this is basically all black, but it's like, it's not, it's right outside of Boston, but one of the interesting things here is like, everybody ends up getting sexually active a lot earlier, right?
yeah,
So that and it's just kind of like, it's like what's almost like culturally acceptable. And then
yeah.
I was looking back one day and I'm like, yo, mad kids had kids in high school, right? Like
Hell yeah.
got knocked up in junior high, right? And you were like, whoa.
Yeah, like Brenda had a baby early.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like looking back at that now from like a father to like somebody that's now raising a son, how do you then kind of prepare your son for that world?
I tell them, man, listen, like you can't you got to make strong choices, man. You got to make strong choices.
Yeah.
That's it, man. It's about making strong choices. That's all I can think about it, because a few seconds can change your life.
Yeah.
It really can.
Yeah.
So just try to make strong choices in the moment. It's like, man, you got to be protected. You got to protect yourself. Yes, they don't have the same growing up and just seeing a few things on television and seeing this. They can see it. They can go on their phone and look up whatever they want to look up. All right.
All the porn.
So yeah, you can look up. They can look up the porn, look up all that or whatever, bro. So I get it. I just be honest, like, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean. Bro, like, hey, bro, I know you might even see that jacket off or something. Like, you gotta be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And be like, bro, like, what's up, man? Hey, don't be having sex with these girl without putting nothing on, bro. Seriously, bro, because they got you. And it's just a moment of you don't even know these people and you sharing your soul. And I just try to make them understand how valuable they are.
Yeah.
Like how valuable your body is, bro. Not just, what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be one of these dudes telling my son, man, yeah, you got all these girls, man, yeah, bro, you a player. Bro, I ain't saying that, man. Don't, with COVID and all this shit, man, I'm really been on, man, listen, man, why is somebody touching you? Like, why does somebody feel like they can get close to you like that? Man, don't be putting your lips on none of this. You know what I mean, bro? You got to value yourself. You got to value you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm not gonna do that because I think morally of myself. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started to realize that about myself, man, I ain't finna be out here, man, throwing dick to these bras or whatever. I ain't doing none of that, man. I ain't doing it. I got value me. I can't do that, man. No, that's disrespecting my whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we gotta look at yourself like that. You a valuable commodity. God made one of you, one. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, he broke the mold when he did it. So it's like, man, value yourself, man. Value yourself. Have some value in yourself, man. Stop just doing things because you could do it. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, because the little moments, man, you passing them souls, and stuff catches up to you, bro. It catches up.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
that I believe 1,000%, man. Like, I don't think there's any better way to say it. There
For
was
real,
a
man.
question somebody posted, which is like, what
What's
is
up, King James Worthy? What's up, Aston Grooms? I seen y'all drop on here. What up? What up? I seen a few people I seen on this jump. What up, y'all? What up? Go ahead.
what is the most underrated thing that's important to have in a long lasting relationship?
Yo, like, okay. So look, if the underrated thing
Yeah.
is the
I can
ability.
answer the question if you want, but that
No,
was
I got it.
okay.
Because the underrated thing is this, man. You got to have somebody that can listen when you ain't saying a word. My wife speaks with her actions, and I can understand them. I take the time to understand, like, okay, how she moving and what's going on. Man, you got to think outside yourself. Being unselfish is the most underrated, man. Just trying to be unselfish, bro.
God.
It ain't all about you.
Yeah.
If you get somebody what they want enough times, somebody gonna give you what you want. I'm telling you, just be unselfish. Be unselfish. And I'm telling you, it go far, man. It go far. For real. My wife did something to me last week. I was so glad, and I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? She listening to my needs, but I ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's when I go do certain things and listen to what things she needs. It might not even be sexually.
Yeah.
It just be something she need me to be doing for her to fill her up. If I could listen to that and fill her up in that other area that might not even be a sexual area, I may get less sexual. It's crazy, but that's, you know what I'm saying. That's how I look at it. Like, you know, seriously, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to make sure to get to some of these questions as well.
Oh man, let's get all the questions in, man. That's what we're doing. Let's talk about it, man.
Going back to people want to know about your music experience.
Yeah.
How do you break
an artist in 2020? Man, okay.
Now also real quick, if anybody else has any other questions, I'm going to try to get to them all. Definitely don't hesitate to post them, and we'll address them when they come up.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to you, man. To break an artist in 2020, you're gonna have to have a little bit of talent, and you're gonna have to have you're gonna have to have some creativity, and you're gonna have to have a bag. The way they got it right now with the music, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like, oh, you can just post something, you can just put something out there and people get on it. But it's like, yeah, you can discover whatever you like. You can discover. But those playlists cost. The audience on your gram, it costs. Yeah. They're everything. They're taking this thing. It was a time to where you could like put out something and somebody like it in the club and then it grow. I've seen rock records do that. Yeah. But you got to have some gas to put in it. I'm sorry. You're not going to get on with music if you do not have some money to go with the talent, because the gatekeepers and the audiences that are out, they're making you pay for the audience. Instagram is only going to let 5 to 7% of the people that actually follow you see your post. Yeah. They're only going to do that, and if you want the rest of the people to see your post, you gotta spend some money for them to do it. Yeah. Period. Point blank. So if it's the same way with Instagram and Facebook and these socials, it's the same way with the Spotify Rap Caviar, the same way with these playlists and these, man, a lot of these people gotta get a bag before they put you in, before they gotta get a bag first. It costs. Like this is what I say about the music. Niggas be like, man, why you gonna drop nothing new? I do put out new music to the fans that already follow me. Yeah. But I cannot, it's too expensive for me to go and try to chase new fans. I can go buy 3 houses and rehab them and have them, give them to my sons, and it will be, I can go buy a house for what it costs for me to break one song. Wow. And go break it at radio or break it at this playlist and break it. Like, so as a smart man, I'm like, yo, okay, I do believe in my music. I do believe in pushing it out there, But I also believe that, like, damn, I could sell merch and make way more money doing that. I could buy a property for 60, flip it, and it's gonna keep making 4.5% interest on top of the value. I'm gonna be able to Airbnb it out, shark pad it out with my shark pad business, or Airbnb it out. Make more. It's gonna make me some money for these kids. So my thing is, like, find something that makes money for you first, and use that, then put that money towards the music. But don't, it's like, you got to be making some money with the music. You got to be making some money with the money first, and then put the money to music. Like me, I got the money out of real estate. I put the money towards my single. Yeah. I made a few flips. So it's like, okay, if I lost that money, okay, if I lost, I lost. But I hit. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, I still had something else that was making some money. It's difficult to break records into these days and age without no money. What I'm saying is this: you gotta get your hit record, but you gotta put some money into that. A hit record is like a new Ferrari. It's like a new Benz. It's like whatever new car you like. Yeah. It's good to look at, but if you are not gonna, that car is not gonna get down the street without no gas in it, or if it's a Tesla without getting charged. Do you
think that that's something that you know in your career now that a lot of guys don't even know? Like, they see all that shiny stuff. They see all, like, the lifestyle and the Benz and the Maseratis and all, like, that flash, right? But they don't ever really know what that back end look like. Do you think
they truly don't. It's like, you got to put yourself in the position to own it. You need to own it, but you're going to have to put some dollars into it to be able to get an audience to it. But when you get the order, that's all. Like, it's a good time to put out music, because streaming is saved the record business, and you can make some money if you own that intellectual property. If you own it, like somebody like Young Dolph, who owns his products that he put out through Empire. Like, I got my distribution with Empire as well, with guys in them over there. But like, so when he go gold, he's really seeing royalties off of his music.
Got it.
But then you got somebody that may be like signed to a label. They may be doing numbers at the label, but they doing hella show money, but they're not really seeing the money off of those streams. See what I'm saying? So with the COVID season going on, it's like your favorite rapper who signed to a label, they probably made their money on shows. But then those rappers who actually own their masters, own their thing, you know what I mean? Like Dolph and people like that, that actually go, they're actually seeing that revenue. So, but it's still, Dolph spends a lot of money on marketing his music.
To make visibility.
To get the audience. He has, the key word in music today is audience. It's like, anything can go viral if it gets enough eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to pay for the eyes. And it costs. It costs. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that answers the question. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, you know, from like from a business perspective, like with us, it's the same challenge, right? Like, you know, you're growing your brand, but marketing costs, right? Like, and every level that you go, you're either gonna grow at one rate if you're slow and steady, or eventually you just kind of position yourself, and then you hope that if that hit don't come, you're just gonna have to keep. You're
gonna have to keep like, okay, even me, like if I sell 10 shirts a day, and I want to sell 100 shirts a day, then hey, I'm gonna have to go and market. I know what I'm spending right now to sell 10 shirts a day. And so I know what I gotta spend with the gram, I gotta spend with Facebook, what I gotta spend with Google, what I gotta spend to get the audiences. But if I want to sell 100 shirts a day, I gotta up my ante on what I'm going to spend on marketing to be able to get the audience.
Ain't nothing free.
It's not free. Yes. Yes. This is what I'm drinking. It is pronounced LaCroix. LaCroix. I don't know why. I don't know how you pronounce this shit. But I drink this water. This is water. It's limoncello water. You know what I mean? This is what I'm drinking. You know what I mean? And I'm also have a very nice Prosecco. A nice Friday evening. Prosecco is a nice flow. The Prosecco is, my wife put me onto the Prosecco. The Prosecco is the move.
Tara makes some funny faces. But before we kind of close this out,
All right.
I definitely want to kind of like, get a couple of more thoughts. We had one more question that somebody was asking about, like, what are your thoughts on the Black Men Don't Cheat movement? And then I just wanted to get one more question in, and then, thank you for your time and all of this.
Okay, cool. All right, so the Black Men Don't Cheat movement, I think it's an ingenious movement. I shout out to Charlamagne, shout out to Duval. Duval, my little partner, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, we go back. So I still see Duval. Duval is a plant-based individual. You know what I mean? So him and I, we share the love of the ganja together. But yeah, the Black Men Don't Cheat for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that. It's positive. And with my Coffee with Kinfolk messages, I love to keep it positive. I love to put that positive energy out there in the air. And yeah, I mean, like, I think it's cool. But Black men do cheat. We do cheat. I mean, this is not a truth situation though. Black men cheat. White men cheat. Black women cheat. Black, you know what I'm saying? Indian people cheat. Everybody cheats at some point in time. But I think we're committed. Black men are committed to being the best we can be. I believe we're committed to being to changing, committed to we committed to growing to that level to where Black men don't cheat. I can say that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we grow to that. Black men is out there cheating right now. Hey, if you're on here cheating, hey, you're gonna grow out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna grow out of it. You know what I mean? Seriously.
One of the questions was like, what do you feel about an artist with different styles? Is it smart to display all or just pick one?
You better be exactly whatever the track tells you to be in the studio. Whatever that track is your navigation for your situation. Listen, you had better do whatever that beat that you love enough to be able to invest, to spend money on studio time, to be able to get in there and do that. You had better do whatever that song or that beat tells you that needs to be done on it. And you do it and you put it down and then you slide and you move to the next vibe. And you just keep doing that, and you just try to put together a collective of work that you feel good about. It's all about your feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's it. How you feel and how you feel about it and how you feel like people are going to feel about it. So, don't limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't limit yourself at all. Display all of your talents. You know what I'm saying? But do it in a creative way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seriously, do it.
So, like, to kind of close this out, I guess one of my questions is somebody who's kind of like, you're definitely grounded. You do a lot of motivational speaking, and you're also just like somebody that like people can relate to. Like you're real. Like
kinfolk, man.
Yeah.
I'm kinfolk. It's family. It's like it's family. I don't think that like I think like I'm meant to inspire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's not about me.
Yeah.
I think it's about me showing somebody, you want to be an actor, you want to act in a movie, you want to make a movie, okay, look, you can do it. I did this, you can go do this. You know what I'm saying? Or you do music, or you want to, like, you just, whatever you're doing, like, you have with some faith with it and some grind with it, you can materialize it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. And I don't feel like, I feel like I'm high level with everybody. Like, I don't think that, like, success of one person's success in one area doesn't make you better than anybody.
Yeah.
It just makes you good at what you do.
Yeah.
But that's don't make you a good person, because there are a lot of R. Kelly was talented.
Yeah.
But he also was a bad person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people shouldn't be trying to put these people on a pedestal or something that like that we all trying to be better, be good individuals. We're trying to be good individuals. Growing. Yeah, so it's like, so I don't be trying to, my wife told me this one day, she said, man, it's just not about being something you gotta live up to. You know what I'm saying? And I just, that's where I'm at. I don't have nothing to try to live up and be. I'm myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm presenting me, you know what I mean? And I'm comfortable in that. And I want other people to be like that and to be transparent and be who they really are, and that when you be honest and have some integrity, you know what I'm saying, and that's the real drip. Do right and have some integrity with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think if you do that and you represent like
the world take care of its part.
It's gonna take care of itself, man. Like it just is, man. Like it just is, man. It just is. It just is, man. Like I just like, you know, I'm thankful. I'm humble because I'm thankful because I know like none of it have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I got so much more growing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so much more to like accomplish and try to figure out and try to get right. You know what I mean? So, you know, man, I just like I love the moment. You know, man.
Nah, I get it, man. It's you know, kind of like when you're at peace and you realize you're blessed and you trust the process. Like that's what a lot of people mean when they're like, yo, you just gotta have faith. Like you done been through so many, you done got so much perspective that you're like, yo, I know like it's gonna be good, regardless.
Yeah,
I
just know that. I'll say this in closing. In the end of the day, it's gonna be all. In the end of the day, it's gonna be all good. And if it's not all good, it's not the end.
Got it.
At the end of the day, it's gonna be all good. And if it ain't all good, it ain't the end.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like it got to be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Before we close out, somebody wanted to know like how can they get a one-on-one consultation? Should they DM you if they want to kind of like follow up with you?
Oh yeah.
I just want to make sure you get your let everybody know where to follow you. I had it pinned down here earlier, but just kind of like.
Oh yeah, man. Listen. Anybody, you can just tap right in. My website is a great spot to be able to be at coffeewithkinfolk.com. Just go right there, and you can be able to reach me through because I don't know. They may take Instagram down. They may take the code. You know what I mean? So I always push my own real estate online. Go to my site. Come to coffeewithkinfolk.com. If you want to DM me, it's cool. But I send everybody to my site. Email me, kiashine@coffeewithkinfolk.com. That's kiashine@coffeewithkinfolk.com. Everything is run through the site. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So I'm down to talk. I do this. I found this new site. It's called Cameo. You ever seen Cameo?
Nah. What's that?
Cameo, it's like where they have stars and celebrities and stuff. They be on there. They do birthday shout outs and stuff like that. But I use it to do just that consultation. Mm-hmm. People will call me. They'll go to my Cameo and then they're like, we'll do 30-minute sessions, and I'll just like be chopping it up with people. It may be like $50. It may be $50 for 30 minutes, but it might be able to help somebody do something they doing. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, and I get something for my time. It's just cool. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I try to spend at least, if I could do 2-3 calls a day of taking some time to be able to talk to somebody and help somebody else. That's why I do Coffee with Kinfolk. Just if I could do something to be able to help somebody else first, then it'll make my day go better. I'll put that good karma out there so I get that good stuff coming back to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm super with it.
Man, so Kiashine, like, yo, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me, bro. For real.
For this
I appreciate it,
man. And I'll have like Taryn definitely like get your info so we can send. I know you got the kids and all, but
man, you better call me. You better hit my line, bro. Pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Hey, we're definitely linked, man. Like when
I'll bring you to my taco. I'll bring you to my favorite taco spot out here too, bro. I mean, listen, it's a spot out here, bro. Yeah. In the summer too. In the summer, oh my God, you gonna love it. You gonna love it.
That'll be dope.
You gonna love it. Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, man.
Indeed, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be blessed. We all blessed by the best. Keep out.
We out.